no problem. What is my first question to you is what inspired your DJ name and what's
So
the inspiration behind it?
yeah, so with my DJ name, it's kind of like a little two-parter because with Ooze, that comes from my favorite album of all time, and that was like an album that I found on my own accord. Like I didn't get influenced or someone didn't show me. Like I was just digging and I came across it. It has nothing to do with electronic music, no like house, techno, anything like that. It's like a progressive rock kind of album.
Mm.
So Ooze stuck with me a lot. I actually got a tattoo of it, funny enough, when I was 18. And this was before DJing and everything. Um, Doctor came from, I had like a little moment with Mobtech and Boladev, Diego and Pedro.
Mm.
And it was at the time where I was like getting into DJing and I hadn't gotten my first gig yet, but I was like on the way there. It was coming. So they were like, nah, you need to come up with a DJ name.
Yeah.
So one of them were like Doctor Ooze or something like that. And I liked it. It stuck very well. Pelo came up with, he was like Dokotela. And I was like, nah, shout outs. I'll think about that for a second. But then I obviously stuck with doctor, and the spelling of that came like out of respect for the real doctors, the people that actually did the work for that, studied and all of that. So that then became Dr. Ooze from there.
It's brilliant. Like I
Yeah.
think your sound is super unique and super special. I think that's why I was super honored that you took the time.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. Thank
so
you.
my second question to you is if your if your um just bear with me.
Yes.
Uh, if um, your your artist name was a superhero, what superhero would it be?
That's so tricky. If my artist name was a superhero, I I don't know, but probably someone in the Marvel universe, I'd say. I think there's someone in there, probably like Hulk or something. That's my guy. I fuck with Hulk.
Interesting. Very interesting. My other question to you is, um, why did you want to uh, be a part of the Loft and be a part of that family and originally be
Well, with the loft, it's more of like a progress thing with my friendship with Diego, Mobtech. I was in high school with him, and like how we connected was off music and sharing music with each other. There was like a house party that we went to together where um, we were fighting for orcs, and funny enough, we both wanted to play a Devious One song, and we just started sharing and bouncing music off of each other. And like next morning, the next Monday, when school got back, we would see each other in the corridor and share music. So music has always been a thing that connected the two of us. And he started Mary Jane's in 2019, around there. Started DJing as well around 2019, and he showed me the ropes of everything. And it was something that I felt connected to. And in my own spare time as well, I was thinking about like what I wanted to do with my life. I did get like education, university, and whatnot, but that was more of like safety net kind of thing. But what did I really want to do with my life? And music was when I thought back on my life, like music was the common theme. And I stuck with that. I picked up DJing, picked up throwing parties, being at a venue, running a venue as well. So that's mostly obviously through my friendship with Diego as well. That's There's a lot that's like intertwined with business and our relationship as like friends and DJs and partners. Um, so that it actually came naturally more than anything. He started the loft during COVID. Interestingly, um, so yeah, when that kicked off, he was throwing parties before that as well. So I'd like obviously go to Mary Jane's, I go sit up with him, go do stock and all of that. And then the loft came about, and we just kept pushing and kept going.
Mm. Wow, interesting. Because the reason why I'm asking this is because I feel like running a business is the most rewarding, but it's the most
Yeah,
tough. It's the
yeah,
most toughest thing ever.
yeah.
So I
100%.
I applaud you guys for doing that because like yeah, throwing a party is not
No,
easy,
it's not
and people.
easy. Shout outs to Diego as well, like running a venue at 19 and doing something of value, and like it's a very small space as well. So we only have so much to work with in terms of numbers and everything. And to this day, 5 years later, pushing on to six,
Yeah.
still going, still running with its troubles, with its stresses and everything. But he's an amazing individual for being able to do that and like cement the Loft branding and Mary Jane's into this like rich scene in terms of history and talent and art and like parties and brands and all of that. Like it's an amazing thing that what he's done.
Hmm. My other question to you is, I just also found out you do vinyl as well. You also play vinyl.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes, 100%.
um, what like so I'm gonna put it in two parts, right?
Yeah.
So if like you were collecting music, like what is your collecting process when it comes to vinyl, and how do you the second part is what happens when you play it? What's the difference between playing digital and vinyl for you?
Okay. So with my collecting process, it, it 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 goes back to having bought my first record, which wasn't a dance record necessarily. It was the Ooze. It was the Ooze and 6 Feet Beneath the Moon, which is two albums by the same artist. That wasn't out of like I needed to prove something or I needed to show it off or needed to do anything. It was a personal thing where I went and sought out that information. I went and sought out like the record itself. I made a plan in terms of saving at the time. I was only in, I think I just started university as well, and obviously wasn't earning money. So it was buying like a five, 600 rand record was, you had to obviously put your mind to that. So my collecting process isn't just nothing like specific. I just collect music that I really like and I enjoy.
Hmm.
Obviously, sometimes when like I do have vinyl gigs or I do have something specific to do, I'll collect music that's pertaining to that. However, I do check myself and bring myself back to say like buying studio albums, buying maxis. Like maybe sometimes you might not buy the song for to play it, and it might be like a house tune or a techno tune, but you're not necessarily buying it to play it, but you're buying it because it's good. So my process is all over the place. As long as it's like it sounds good in my ears, I'm gonna make a plan to take it, and after that it'll be like prepared for set, prepared for this and that. Like obviously I have the intention of playing that music out, but I don't collect that music to say like maybe I want to play this party or that party. Like I collect house, techno, got like two, three drum and bass records. I've got hip hop, rock, R&B, funk and soul, jazz. Like it's everything that I know about music up to this day in my life.
Okay, interesting.
And
Uh,
then the second part is I forgot what your question was, but I think it was like how I play records and what
yeah,
I for me playing records is it obviously comes from having been taught from DJing like by Diego,
yeah.
but the thing that comes from it is the intuition and the fact that you're actually handling physical music as well. So there's a lot of sensory information involved in that. So obviously your ears, your hands when you're touching the records, um, your eyes as well when you're looking out for the crowd, for the audience as well. So those things, vinyl makes that a lot easier to understand and process that information. So that's what I get from playing it, and I didn't intentionally go into that. That was obviously inspired by the DJs I was watching.
Mm.
When I started learning about dance music and seeing like the Jeff Moore stuff, Stevie One, all of that stuff. Um, but I didn't know that's what you were going to get out of it. I just knew that, hey, I want to play vinyl, obviously, to differentiate myself and to, because I do like the medium. So I I learned the stuff along the way, like the intuition of it, selection, how to play on vinyl. You know?
Absolutely. I think to close that point, I think also it's about you don't necessarily look at I'm gonna only play this and you end up playing you end up playing this particular
Yeah,
this particular track or this particular genre. So I understand what you're saying when you say you didn't plan on playing vinyl and was,
yes,
but
yes,
you just thought because I want it hits me harder than anything else,
yeah,
primarily. Um, so I'm just if I'm getting that right, or am I?
yes, yes, 100%, 100%. You're correct. You're right.
All right. So my other question to you is, I also know that you also do wax off and wax on.
Yeah, wax on, wax off. Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind that?
So with
Uh,
wax on, wax off, interestingly, it came from. So I work in a record store, and there was a customer. His name's Gary VR. He's like a legend in the scene. Like he did one of the first few dance compilations that landed in South Africa of like high energy and um, like synthwave, synth poppy type stuff.
yeah.
And he kept coming to the shop, and slowly but surely our relationship built like together, sharing music and speaking about these different areas and the history. And something I'm big on personally is learning like history and doing the research about where
Mm,
the stuff comes from, especially from a South African context, because not a lot of it is documented, and it was like in areas and it died. Our relationship built from that, and um, he showed me like some of the skills and stuff, and I was like, I like we have to book you over at Mary Jane's. We have to do something about this. And he actually came up with the idea where he was like, why don't you throw a party? And I said to him that would be a good idea, especially for vinyl, since there wasn't any like strictly vinyl party. And my whole idea of that was to bridge the gap between youngsters like myself that are coming in and the the older generation that's more experienced that learns on vinyl and obviously gain their careers now on vinyl. So I wanted to put those two things together and match or make them meet each other somehow, somewhere.
yeah.
So Gary was the first guy to play wax on, wax off. I had Fabio as well. Um, we initially wanted to bring on G-Force first because he's part of the whole vinyl history in South Africa, having run House Africa Records, played at like some of the first clubs in SA and stuff like that. So that was an important thing to have. And then on the other end of the newer generation, it was myself and Diego that were playing on that lineup. So it initially started like that, and then obviously it evolved to what it is now, and just throwing parties, not necessarily for vinyl, but because of the values behind it, like personal collection, how much time it takes, like the money you spend. If you're buying records, then that's who you are, you know, that's a representation of you. So whenever I book vinyl DJs, it's more like, hey, let's get a sneak peek into your library, let's get a sneak peek into, you know, who are you? And there's like no right or wrong thing, but that's the beauty in it. It's the difference, the variation that's like forced on you naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Wax on Wax Off came about.
Makes sense. Like yeah, I really admire what you do in general. My other question to you is, in your perspective, what's the like, what's the what's the secret recipe when it comes to make when it comes to like throwing events and generally having a good time and generally having an experience of a lifetime, if that makes sense.
Uh, I would say there's like a secret sauce to it, but like there's a sense of magic that comes from doing it, and you'll only know it once you're part of like the event, or once you're throwing it yourself, and that's something that's not tangible. You can't really hold on it, and the only thing that you can do is be there or in it, and that's irrespective of a full room, 10 people, whether people are sitting down or whether people are just chit chatting and whatnot. But I think the secret sauce is always chasing that magic of that thing that you can't really put your finger on.
Yeah.
Like I say, I've described a few different scenarios of how parties go. Some parties are raucous, some parties are chilled, some parties are social, some parties are, like it's more about chasing that magic in whatever way or form it's in. So I suppose the secret sauce is is I suppose is showing who you are through your parties and giving that to people and hoping that they understand that and they're with you on your side,
Mm,
and it's a collective thing because parties are social things. So collectively we must all choose to be here and choose to like party and dance and have fun, and even two people can have a great time, even 10 or 100 or 600 or whatever it is.
mm.
It's just chasing that feeling of like wholeness, yeah.
I get
That's the secret sauce.
it makes sense. My other question to you is, if your sound was a color, what color would it be and why?
Probably like the brighter stuff on the color spectrum, so like blues and yellows and greens and oranges, more of the brighter colors. I do link those colors to like melodies and hi-hats and things like that. So a lot of my music is very bright. I describe it as bright music. So
Mm,
sunny days, field of flowers kind of stuff. Feel good music.
mm. My other question to you is, in your perspective, three things that you think that the up and coming artists should be aware of.
Three things that up and coming artists should be aware of. I think they should be aware of the fact that um, it's not by chance that we are all able to like DJ and be able to take part in this thing. I feel like they should be aware of the current state that the world is in terms of technology, like era, music there is, how accessible it is. So like you must just slow down and think about you and think about what do you want and what do you like, and put that imprint onto the world, because it's only you can only be you. So chasing something and chasing like an idea or chasing like this party or you want to play this and that, it it should be something that's very well thought out, and not just do it for the sake of having accessibility to do that. And another thing is also, I feel like up and coming DJs should be doing, or artists rather should be doing, is is going out to events that they like and enjoy, because I feel like there's a lot of things to learn from being present in the situation in terms of the dance floor, DJs, how people react, what your scene and your community likes, and what it takes to throw a party, and what it takes to run a party, and even just you as an individual, like the amount of effort and time it takes for you to go and attend that. And once you get a holistic idea of that, you'll understand what it means to say be a DJ or to throw parties as well. And it's it must come from a wholehearted place and not from a place of taking, but a place from giving. I think I think a lot of us mistake that like DJing is the rescue, or it's the savior of not being able to do something or do whatever it is you wanted. I think once you think about it and approach it wholeheartedly, you can have answers with this thing that you engage with. Like I always say to people, like it's not just DJs, it's writers, it's photography, it's videography, it's documenting the stuff, documentaries and whatnot. And you're still part of what's happening. Just DJing isn't the end all and be all. So if you do DJ, just know that it's it's something that needs to be well thought out. It's not easy. It's it's fun for sure, but it does get difficult. And don't put yourself through that because you're just chasing something. Put yourself through that with like a well thought plan. Like you need to think about what it is you want to do and what you want to achieve, whether it's for the world or it's for yourself wholeheartedly.
Mm.
So, and maybe well, um, a third point I think would be research. Doing the research, whatever it is you want to do, just research. Like knowing is, as much as it's a good thing, it can be a bad thing, but rather know so that you can choose to improve or to better or to educate or to, once you're not ignorant, you're not left out of the loop, so it serves you to go talk to the older heads, to go do your own research, watch documentaries, do like search on YouTube and whatnot. And that's a big part of what got me here as well, is taking note of things and then researching them and finding out about those things and asking questions. That's always a good thing to do. It engages you. It means you care. It means you wanna you wanna engage with the thing and not just say like consume from it. You know. So yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to add two more things if that's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So, one, I think I 100% agree on educating yourself and um, um, educating yourself and making sure that you are um, well well equipped, well educated in everything that you do, and whether it's everything DJing, because this industry is a lovely industry, but it's also it's also the hardest industry you could ever be in because everyone wants to be a DJ. So I'm not trying to be that person, but I'm just trying to be that person so people understand that it's not as easy as people think it is. Um, secondly, it's just also surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah, surround yourself with people that do what you do and care about it to the level that you do as well. I think once you find those people, it becomes easier to do because you're not alone. You're not figuring out these answers like, well, you're figuring out the answers, but it's also knowing, am I right or am I wrong? So it's
Yeah.
finding your people for sure. That's what we are at the Loft. Like we found each other. We care about this. We all see each other as individuals in what we do. We're different, but there's a common goal. There's a common theme.
Yes. Common vibration. My other point, my last point, I want to see that for sure for this one, is that is so that mother yeah so that you are fully aware of what you're getting yourself into, and secondly you are emotionally ready for it, because
Yes.
you say whatever they want to say, and you have to have the ability to take it in a in
Yeah.
a, in a humble way, not in a way that is uh, bad um, or malicious or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my point.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I feel you. I completely agree with you. It's more about
Okay,
engaging
cool.
with it constructively than just taking from it and then like now it doesn't serve you anymore and
Brilliant.
you're unhappy.
100% agree. My other question to you is, if your life was a soundtrack, what soundtrack would it be and why?
My life was a soundtrack.
Besides the song that you besides the vinyl track that you and
I was gonna go for that initially. I was initially gonna go for that, but yeah, that's cancelled out. Um, a song that soundtracks my life. That's a bit of a tricky one, I'll say. Um,
would you
I'd
like
have to
me?
go with I'd have to go with a classic maybe.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's between two. It's between two. As cheesy as they are, they like the most happiest tunes and the most feel good songs. That's who I am. Um, it's Michael Gray's The Weekend
Mm,
and Armand Van Helden's You Don't Know Me. Those are just two very feel good songs that are classics, and
mm,
they just they just make me smile, those tunes.
mm. Well, I like it. Like mine is like a huge. It's a difference. It's like
Yeah,
between. I'm a techie. I'm a huge techno person, but also love me some disco. Um, so it would be it would be Take Me to My Love.
yeah. With Monique Bingham.
Yes.
Oh, that's a classic. That's a great one. That's a fantastic tune. That
Yeah.
that's an era, a huge that I still hold dearly to my heart as well. That's my influence, is all of that house music from back then. Yo, shout out. I agree.
It's a classic for a reason. It's not the classic where it's cheesy. You know, I
Yes,
like
yes.
classic cheesy. um, so my last one is a new one. It's a new like a new track that makes me cry every time I listen to it. It makes me cry every time I listen to it. Um, it's Rock's um, Guess um, it's Guess Ego.
Yeah, yeah, nice, nice.
Yeah, it's a brilliant track. My other question to you is what like do you think residencies are still relevant and why do you think so?
Yeah, I think I didn't get that last bit. What did you say there?
And why do you think so? Why do you think residencies are really important?
I think I feel residencies are important because it's it shapes all the artists. It obviously shapes them and their sound and selecting and whatnot. But I think residencies are important for the punters and the people that believe your party's doing or whatever vibe that you're trying to go for. They trust in the music, they trust in the venue, they trust in the DJs that are there. So as much as you do get like internationals, other guests that come through as well, if they want to pick a random night to go out, they can trust that they will have a good night. And residencies hold that value because you obviously play so much and you're doing so much background work from research, listening to music, sorting music, and whatnot. That's important for on both ends. Important for the punters, important for the DJ as well, because then again, it's also not like a fleeting thing where you just perform and you're just entertaining. Like residencies push you to constantly be changing the game and evolving, ultimately feeds into the rest of the industry as well. So I feel like residencies are important for that because you you, you are the custodian of the standard. You know, you might not be the most popular, you might not be the most most well known or whatever, um, but you hold a residency for a reason because you can do your job, you can cater to various times, various demographics and people and this and that, and that's through your work, that's through time and through playing countless times to people. Um, so yeah, residencies definitely do serve a great purpose for your scene, your community. They serve a good purpose for the DJ as well, and not to be stagnant, to constantly be changing it up and looking for new ways to spark things up as well. You know, so residencies I think are very important just for that trust that, you know, like someone has to hold up that standard, because without residencies, like how can you expect a guest to come in and do what they do, and it's not what you want or what you expect, but you also can't do that thing that you expect, you know, like you can't demand that from people and you can't do that yourself, you know. So residencies, they hone in on that, they garner that, and they make that more clear and more stable. And also for the venue as well, like if people that hold down residencies, people will know what that venue is for and what it caters to, you know.
Mm. I'm gonna give you three more questions and then I'll
Yeah.
let you go. Right. So, my other question to you is, in your perspective, what do you want to see more of in the music scene?
What do I want to see more of in the music scene? Of course, obviously, with like in ties to wax on, wax off, I do want to see more people collecting records, not necessarily to play them or to, you know, it's just a matter of collecting. I think that comes part and parcel with valuing the music, and rather than just streaming it or, you know, hearing it. I think collecting makes you engage with the music a lot. So I would like to see a lot of active
Mm,
engagement with the music, whether digital or analog. Honestly, it's just for me. I found this way of doing it for myself in the analog way, with it, to wholeheartedly engage with music and value it. So value the artist, value the music. It's always cool to hold a record and to have it and take the time out to go buy it. So I've only got positive reviews from doing that. That's why I encourage that, a lot more of that in the scene. Um, Another thing would be is like camaraderie. I do believe that our scene is very good with that, and we we've got each other's backs, and there's the good and the bad, of course. But I feel I feel more of that would be encouraged in terms post. This is post like clubbing and like post the scene. You know, this is more personal. This is friendship. This is family. This is being there for each other when the real shit starts to happen in real life. You know, because I always say to people like escaping is one thing when you like going to the club and you're going out, and one thing which is also okay. But I feel like actively being there with the people that you love and care about makes this a more wholesome thing and something that you can engage with as you as an individual. And I think those things start to align when it's also at home, you know, not just at the club or when we're preparing for an event or whatnot. It's also, we all have personal lives, we all have like our own things going on. I just feel like it would translate well if we'd all be there for each other in the day, in our daily lives. I'm not saying everyone must be there for everyone, but it's finding those people treating you well, and you treating those people well, and understanding that this community is as much as it is like a dance community and a clubbing community, and we like this, we all enjoy this. I feel like there's something there's something further where we can take it in terms of actually like being there for each other, and like having homies, having people to count on, people to talk to, people to reference and ask for help and whatnot. You know, not to say that isn't presently there. I just would like it to be more of a standard or a constant, where it's like a normal thing. You know, and again, like it starts at home. It starts with you. It starts with your bras. Start with other promoters, other DJs, like other, you know, like what we have is amazing here in South Africa, and what we do is very awesome. It's unique, so we must cherish that. We must encourage each other, push each other, want better for each other, and help where we can, you know.
Mm. 100% agree on that. Just to close on that point, I also think um, the mental health energy in the scene is very like it's very very worrying because I mean like everyone is like going out and DJing all the time and
Yeah,
they check on themselves and check on their friends with their mental health and like you said we need to check up on people to understand beyond the club beyond the music you
yeah,
know as long as I know it was the one that connected us together but we should be more than just groovy buddies if that makes
exactly.
sense.
You know, we should be more than that. We should be
Yeah.
like, how's
Um,
your mom? How's everything at home? You know, like, you know, and it builds onto that. It's like, hey man, can I catch a ride with you? Can I drop you off at home? Do you need help with this? You know, like the small things that count, and it makes everything feel wholesome. And not
yeah,
like,
it's a huge difference when you generally care about someone and not really wanting anything, but generally checking up on people and generally wanting people to succeed. It's not a
exactly like wanting good, but be happy for your homie. Be like,
it,
there's no
it's not
competition here. Like we all got the same goal. From the
yes,
hunters to the promoters to the clubs to the DJs. Like we all have the same goal. So let's be there for each other and push each other. You know.
and I think that's one of the things that's missing because everybody still thinks it's a competition. And in my perspective, I don't know about you. I might
Yeah.
be wrong. Fine. Um, um, but I feel like in order for us to even be even for us to even elevate even higher than we are, we need to stop saying we need to stop saying I'm better than this person. I'm better than that person.
100%.
We are one person. We are growing. We are learning. We are being ourselves, and we are expressing ourselves within the music.
Exactly.
Everything
Yeah, we
else,
must nurture this. This is amazing what we have. So we must appreciate it.
100%. My second to last question to you is, um, may I ask, did you go to boarding school?
I did actually. I did. I did. I was
The
in.
reason why I'm asking because your accent.
That's so funny. But yeah, I was in boarding school from
Okay.
like the first
Okay.
2 years
So,
of high school.
yeah. So how has that experience helped you elevate within your music and your personal life and your growth as a human being?
Uh, I can't pinpoint something like directly linked to music, but obviously boarding school teaches you discipline, they teach you respect, they teach you like hierarchy, for lack of a better word, which yeah, that's irrelevant, but a lot of personal growth lessons essentially, like being with other people, working with other people, um, taking accountability and responsibility for yourself. So I can imagine that does influence my day-to-day life, and my day-to-day life is music, to be fair. So that's where that link comes from.
Makes sense. My last question to you is um if you were stuck on an island and you could only bring three items with you, what items would you bring and why?
Well, there's obviously like food. I can survive on that island.
Yes. There's food
Um,
else. You're not stranded. You're
Three
stranded but not
items.
stranded.
That's a tricky one because I'd obviously want to listen to music. So
You
I'm on an island.
you, you
Like,
can you can bring one of your favorite uh equipment. Only one or two. Two. You can
yeah, I'll bring a turntable. I'll bring some records. I'll bring the speakers. I think that's fair.
Okay. Last question, I promise. If if you were to make music, um, what sound would you create? Like if someone um only gets to meet you now,
Yeah.
right? What and they could only listen to one track of yours. What track would it be and why? And if you could create it and how, what would it sound like? What energy would it, what genre, what energy would it into?
Because it would be something like rolling and driving, whether it's house or techno, there'd be like some bongos in there, some tight chords, to make you like pull at pull at your heart, like strong chords that are influenced. So it'll probably a house influenced techno song. I don't know. It'd be something along that line, like bridging the gap between house and techno. Feel good and functional music.
Oh, okay. For me, it would be techno, but like driving, but also with vocals, but
Oh
with
yeah, vocal for sure.
yes, with house infused, and yeah,
Yeah, house chords, techno
yeah,
drums. That would be the
100%, yes. And I would actually do if I were to do a collaboration with anyone with when it comes to music, it would be Diego because I feel like his last project
yeah.
was really dope. It
No,
was really
no, you
sick.
must check that guy's archives. Oh my God, he's on it. He's on it. Just wait for him. Wait for him.
It's magical. Um, so I know that you've got you closing the loft tonight.
Yeah.
So what inspire what's your prep like for tonight and what's your
So
energy like? Are you doing vinyl? Are you doing house? Are you?
yeah. So tonight, I'm anticipating some quick, quick house music, more jittery and bouncy kind of house music. So I actually went through my collection last week extensively because I had 3 vinyl gigs, so I had to like really go through it properly. So I have an idea of what I want to do. I'll just sort out those records, but I'm going for some feel good house music, some pacey kind of house music that like makes you way on the dance floor. So vocals for sure, chords, those chords are gonna be there. Um, yeah, I'll see how things go after Terminus, but I'm keen to jump on after him because he's pacey as well. So I'd like to keep a little bit of that paciness and then obviously send people home great after that.
Mm. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was
No,
lovely
thank you.
you and meeting you. And thank you so much for starting off my
No,
birthday,
fantastic,
birthday season.
fantastic. And a
Really.
very happy birthday to you. You're doing amazing work. I hope you know that. I hope you keep going and doing exactly this. Like I said earlier on, it's not just DJing and this. It's doing what you're doing, documenting, interviewing, similar to the guy that does late check-in, to Chris, to Issa, all of them, photography, like engaging in this thing wholeheartedly and in different avenues. So you're doing amazing work, and I really do wish you well for everything. Like I'm rooting for you and I'm cheering for you.
I'm rooting for you too, darling, because you're doing really incredible things, and I really appreciate everything that you're doing for the culture. We appreciate you. We're doing incredible things for the